Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to see top 10 interview question asked in Java 8 Stream API. So here are the questions which are frequently asked in Java 8 Stream API. So first question here is what are the main feature introduced in Java 8? So there are several feature which is introduced in Java 8. First one is Lambda expression, then functional interfaces, Stream API, default and static method in interfaces, new date and time API, optional class, method and constructor reference. So basically these are the main features introduced in the Java 8 and we are going to see in depth about this each and every functions. So next question here will be what is lambda expression in Java 8? So interviewer will be asked what is Java expression in lambda 8. So here if you see a lambda expression is a short block of code which takes in parameter and return a value. So what it will do, it will help to implement functional interface in concise way. How it will help? So here is the example. So if you see, we have taken the list of names. So this list of name, if we want to sort with the lambda expression, we can use here, we can pass this list as a comma b and we can sort this name with using this lambda expression. So a dot compare to method will compare element with b and it will return us the list of name from the given string. So that is the basic about how lambda expression is being used in Java 8. So this is the symbol and this is the function which is taking the parameter a comma b and we are comparing that a comma a dot compared to b. So here next question is what is functional interface? A functional interface is an interface that contain only one abstract method. So what is functional interface? Functional interface is contain only one abstract method. For example, here if you see, we have interface my functional interface. In that we have void execute. So this method has no body. We have ended up with a semicolon. So this is the functional interface. So let's see one example for this functional interface. So here is the functional interfaces, my functional interfaces, and it has some methods called to the abstract method. So if we go in my functional interface, we have some method void perform default. So we can so there is like we can have default method in functional interfaces as well as we can take static method. So remember these two things. We can write abstract method, default method from Java 8 onwards and static method as well. So this is the getting called here with the help of my functional object reference, perform and default method we are calling. So let's run this. We will see. And then next question arises, what is Stream API and why it is useful? So let's first see this example demo. So here we have called this method from the performing operation using lambda expression. Here if you see, we have used this method, default method in interfaces that we are getting called static method in interfaces and performing operation using lambda expressions. So next question here is what is the Stream API and why it is useful? So Stream API allows processing collection of object in functional style. So like we can process the collection object using functional style. So how we can perform this? So here is the list of names we have taken, language names, array as a list, Java, Python, Scala. So name dot stream. So it is processing filter. So once we can use stream method to process this element from the list and we can filter based on the our condition. So we are passing a start with yes. So it will return us the name from this list as a Scala. So stream API, we can process element using stream API. So next we will see here. one example for this. So here we have example, another example, like we are getting name with the help of J. So let's run this and we will see. So how it can be get processed. So we are just filtering the name from the stream and we are calling this with the name which is start with J and we are returning that with so some condition we are passing to this iteration. So map dot string to uppercase. So it will return us in the uppercase. This name will be written JavaScript and Java will be written in a uppercase. So like this, we can process this stream. Then next question, what is the difference between map and flat map? So this is one of the important question. And map is used for transformation of one-to-one mapping. So whereas flat map is used for flattening nested structures. So how we can understand this? Let's see. So for example, flat map. So first we will consider flat map, and then we will so flat map, sorry, first we will understand map and then we will understand flat map. So map is a one-to-one transformation of the elements. So map transfer each element in the stream, whereas flat map one-to-many transformation, it is a flattened structure. So flat map transfer each element and flatten the result into a single stream. So what flat map will do? It will transform each element and flatten the result into the single stream. So commonly used when you have nested list or stream. When flat map will be used, commonly used when you have nested list of streams. So some of the important point we need to remember here, mapping is one-to-one for map and for flat map one-to-many. Output stream of element for map and for flat map flatten stream. So use case, what is the use case of map? Modify each item, and flat map, what is the use of flat map? Combined nested collection. So these are the use. We will see one another example, map versus flat map. So here we have map example. What we are doing, we are taking name of list of name and we are converting that to the uppercase. Just let's run this. So it is given us the list of name from the given list. So we have used this map method to uppercase the given list of names from the given string. So for example, flat map we will see. So here we have nested list. So what we are doing here, basically we have nested list, flat list, names nested dot stream we are processing. Then flat map we are using list of stream and we are collecting as a list, collector dot to list, and we are printing that flat list. So it will give us a flat list from the given nested list. Let's run this. So we will observe here difference between these two. First we have got list of name with the help of map method, and now we are running flat map method. So here if you see, we have got a flattened list, which is all the names from the nested list. That is how map and flat map works. So next question is, what are the default method in the interfaces? So basically default method will be used to backward compatibility. Suppose you have developed any software that is now you need to introduce new functionality in that. So to introduce new functionality, you have to use use some method. So method with body is not allowed in the interfaces. Therefore, you need to use default method, which is introduced in the Java 8. So here we see default method allow interfaces to provide implementation. So you can provide existing implementation. So how it can be? So here is we have interface, my interface, and we have default method. So we can provide new implementation in the default methods. Let's see one example here. So here if we see, we have abstract method. Now we want to implement new feature which is on. So what we have done here, we have used default void on. So it will print beep beep default on because we want to implement the new functionality. Therefore, we have added new method which is called default method in the interfaces. So let's run this. So it has given us the car is started from the method public void start and beep beep default horn. So it is given from the default horn. So I hope you understand this default method concepts. And then next question is, what is the optional class in Java? So they have introduced optional class. So what is the optional class that we are going to see? Mm, So optional is a container that may contain, may or may not contain non-null value. So basically it will help us to avoid null pointer exception. So how? So here we are checking optional string name. So we are checking if this name is null or not. So optional dot optional label. So name dot is present, it will print otherwise. So let's see one example for this optional example. So we have name. So we have passed the name for this. So let's first see the output for this. Then we will see, we will pass nothing to this name. Then we will see the output. So it is printing now name Ankush. So what if we pass this as a null value? Let's check once again. So if we pass, it should throw us the null pointer exception, right? So basically it won't throw the null pointer exception because it will be handled by the optional class. Let's see. So here we didn't get the null pointer exception. That is the basic use of the optional class in Java 8. Then next question, what is the difference between stream and parallel stream? So stream basically sequential processing and parallel stream is a parallel using multi threads. So we can process multiple thread using the parallel stream. So next question is, here we have next question. What are the method references in Java 8? So what is the method reference? They are shorthand for lambda expression that call the method. So let's see one example. So stream and parallel stream versus parallel stream we have seen. So here if we see one example, stream versus parallel stream, let's run this. We will see the output for this. So how it is processing stream. So array dot as a list, it will process sequential stream. So main thread it will executed all the names, but parallel stream here different thread is executing this. So this is how parallel stream will work. Like different thread have executed this list. Same list we have pass, just names we have pass in parallel stream, and it has taken multiple thread to execute this stream. So this is how stream and parallel stream will work. And next question here is what are the method references in Java 8? So method references, let's see one example here. For method references. So basically, we use this double colon operator here. So that to pass to the method references. Just second. I will share with some example. So here we have method references like list of string, list array dot as a list, A, B, C, list for each. It will print the list dot for each. It will print A, B, C. So here if you see how we can pass this method reference double colon to the string. This is how we can use method reference in Java. So next question here is what are the common functional interfaces and functional packages? So these are the common functional interfaces and packages in Java. So let's see predicate. We use Boolean test, a type parameter, then type T, then functional type, then apply consumer void accept supplier dot get example here predicate example given predicate integer is even. So we can predicate this number number modulo 2 equal to 0. So it is even. So system dot print is even test 4. So 4 is even. It will print true. That's all from this video, guys. I hope you understand the basic concept in introducing Java 8. I hope you enjoy this video and please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you, guys.